Yeah, you already know. It's 107.7 WFCS, Nigga and Hartford, The Edge. Your good friend DJ Be Easy giving you the morning mix up into the afternoon. And we got a very, very special guest, Andrea Sanchez. How you doing today? How you doing?
Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Good to be here.
Yes. Because usually when I see you, you're at like one of the most popping spots on a Friday night. Big shout out to, we call it Club B, Plan B, Glastonbury. So you just be having a blast.
I just like to dance. That's all I want to do. I just want to be in good vibes, be around good music.
Yes.
For the bass drop. You know, just kind of, just have fun, just dance.
My question is, are you a big Ja Rule fan?
Oh, what's my favorite song? You know my favorite song.
Yes.
I request it every time.
From every DJ?
I think I requested from you most because you actually play it. Some people like take forever and they never get to it.
And some DJs do that.
They're like, yeah, I got you. And I'm like, you don't understand. If you play "Living It Up" by Ja Rule, like, I'm dancing from the moment that song starts.
But you know,
into the next.
You know what's crazy? Your energy is contagious. So when you're dancing, all the girls, they like everybody, not just the girls, everybody.
Yeah, I like to bring everybody in. Yes. I want to bring everybody in. Dancing is one of those things where it's magical. You know, there's a vibe that sets into the room, and it's just so natural for me. Like I can't not move when there's music on. I can't not move. So
favorite genres of music before we get into the art. We're talking about this art now.
Yeah, because I love.
Yes.
I love it all. So honestly, I'm a pop girl. I do like my,
Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn my instrument
I am.
down.
Mm-hmm.
You're a pop girl?
I love pop music.
What we talking about? Like Madonna?
I'm talking about Whitney. First of all, I'm talking about Britney. I'm talking about.
So how come you haven't been to my karaoke nights?
Well, I didn't know that there was a karaoke night. You never invited me.
You know what? Now, wow. I'm officially inviting you to Wednesday karaoke at Parkville Market, 7:30 to 10:30.
All right, I'll be up there singing. Well, you know what? I really can't sing. That's why I'm a dancer. I'm not gonna say I don't got that, but
I would say everybody has that one or two songs that's in their range.
Yeah, there is one or two pop songs that are in my range. But yeah, like I do enjoy all the girl bands, Destiny's Child, of course Beyonce. Mm-hmm. I do like R&B and reggaeton and Spanish music, salsa, merengue. Definitely I know all genres of music. My father is a really big music head, so he also introduced me to a lot of like classic rock, a lot of 70s, 50s, 60s. Yeah. So we have a lot of there's a lot of pockets that I know. So next time I'm going to surprise you with what I request. I do like hip hop and I do like and all that, absolutely. And of course anything top 40, like that's also the vibe. Is this the wrong mic?
No, it's all good because I think
it's mics now.
There's a short in this one.
Okay.
So I can hear you louder now.
Oh, all right. Well, good.
You're naturally you have the voice.
Because I'm a cheerleader. I'm a cheerleading coach.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm actually a state champion cheerleader from East Harper High. We won state champion.
The Hornets?
The Hornets.
Wow.
Once the Hornet.
Yeah, because we actually because I used to go to Weaver, so we used to play you guys in some sports stuff.
Yeah, we definitely. Shout out to Gianni. Gianni, you want to say hi?
Hi.
What's going on, man? I like cars too, man.
So we had
a tractor.
That's a tractor.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, get your automobiles right. So music's tight. And thank you for always playing great stuff. I love dancing when you're DJing. It's awesome.
I truly appreciate that.
Yeah.
Always great energy. I've been there 2 years now, I think. Yeah.
I've been I always catch different people, but I always seem to catch you. But yeah, I've been going there for a little while now. I'm not gonna say how long, but I pop in.
Oh man! So we know the love for music. So the love for art, making art. When did you tap into that frequency?
So I started painting in 2016. Actually, my first time. Well, like seriously, like I bought a canvas and I bought paint for the purpose of like creating something or having a project. And so that started as like a healing hobby because I was going through some stuff, as people do.
Yeah.
And as art's a tool to be able to heal and be able to just kind of work through some emotions and work through some things. So definitely in my future, I feel like I want to aim towards being in some type of program or being in some type of place where I can also help people heal from anything that they're going through.
Like it's a safe space and whatnot.
Yeah.
A lot of times people are going through a lot these days, especially us surviving a whole pandemic or still like whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stress, a lot of like tapping into like, you know, a certain healing property for your mental health, all of that. So art.
Yeah. So then, and then so I started painting. I just started painting. Gave a couple of my family members like gifts, you know, and they're like, "Oh, this is nice, it's nice." And then I don't know what happened. I kind of just like really dove into it because it was just so healing for me, and it was just such a nice getaway that I ended up starting creating some stuff that was more purposeful, and I wanted it to be a specific, I guess, audience or grab a specific attention.
Yes.
And so what I did then was I decided to focus on my culture. So I'm Puerto Rican, and my family is from Puerto Rico, and so I've never been to Puerto Rico. I've never lived in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So I think my inner self is also trying to connect with that aspect as well. Just being a part of a culture, and also having not the best verbiage, I guess, or language. Like, I'm not the strongest in Spanish. I could definitely get through a conversation, but I'm not the strongest in it.
Yeah.
So for me, painting allowed me to connect and to also be in that story without having to actually speak a full language to someone. Like, I could paint about my culture and anyone can understand it.
So it's like a spiritual thing too, because it's like...
Oh, very much so. There's a lot of my indigenous roots that are involved in my paintings.
Taino.
A lot of my Taino roots that are involved in my paintings. So it's a cool story starter for people to, or I'm not story starter, conversation starter. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I recognize that, or I recognize this. And so I'm able to tell stories about what those things are and what they mean to the culture.
Yes.
And it also keeps the culture alive. Okay, it keeps the purpose of the people who were before me, the ancestors before me. It keeps them alive as well. My grandfather has some artifacts from some deep sea diving that he used to do, and they're in a museum. And his quote was, "Do something in life that are going to ripple in the chains of time." And so that's what I aim to do. You know, I want to do something in life that's going to ripple. It's going to make it's going to have a standing point or a marker of where I was or where I am in life, and then also, you know, to reflect on and carry on through the chains of time.
I didn't know we were going to go that deep, but that's deep.
Yeah.
So my next question is, your work is in galleries now.
Yes, my work is in a few places at the moment.
How did that happen?
So there was an open call at the Hartford Gallery, the Hartford Art Space Gallery. Okay. And I just submitted it because I was like, why not? They were just accepting anyone who wanted to submit. Excuse me. And I was like, why not? Like, you know, I've had a few people compliment me on my work. I've had a few people tell me that I should be selling them. So I was like, you know what, let me put myself out there. So I did, and I ended up selling my first piece. And it was a nice amount. And I put that amount on that piece because I didn't want anyone to buy it. Yeah. I was like, if somebody wants it, because I loved it that much. So if somebody really wants this, they're gonna have to pay for it. And sure enough, they sure did. And that's.
Do you know what you just did?
What's up? What'd I do?
You manifested something.
I sure did.
You just like, okay, here's the number. Let it go, because you're not thinking.
And it was the first number that popped into my head too. The first number that popped into my head, I was like, that's a ridiculous number. And
you know what? It has to be ridiculous, because a lot of times.
100% it has to be ridiculous.
A lot of times, of course, we're going to play it safe. We're going to go for this number, but when you know your worth,
right,
you're just going to write it down.
Right.
You're not going to second guess it.
Nope.
So you just
put the number on there because there's a lot of things that go into it.
Yeah.
1, my time.
Yes.
And time is money.
Yes.
Okay. 2, supplies, and I don't go cheap. Okay.
So you go to the spot on New Britain Avenue, the art, what's it called?
Jerry's Art Aroma.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jerry's. I actually got my first pieces framed at Jerry's.
Wow.
So shout out to Jerry's. And like just even that, just taking the investment in myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, my paintings are not like, you're not gonna get the price that you would get at like a Marshall's for a painting.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're getting is something authentic, something with a story, something that moves, and for me, a lot of people have complimented the fact that they connect with it, that it's vibrant, that it's lively, and that's what I want, because there's a lot of things going on in Puerto Rico, like politically and things like that. There's a lot of things going on with how people view Puerto Ricans and things like that. So I wanted to do something that was gonna be like, don't forget, like these are the things that tie us and make us human. These are these simple connections of color, of expression, of art, and I wanted to make something that told a whole story. So I created 23. Last year, I rented out a studio for 3 months, and I worked every single day except for Easter, and I worked every single day to be able to create that full story. So there's 25 paintings in my series called 23, and it's on rotation in different locations at the moment. I have 3 locations.
Tell us the rotations.
All right.
The locations.
The location.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So the first location right now is going to be coming down on Monday. It's in New Britain. Sorry, not New Britain. We're in New Britain. Shout out to New Britain. Yeah. It's at New England Brewing Company in Woodbridge, Connecticut. You ever heard of the beer Sea Hag?
Yes, I drink it. Yes, I drink it. Yes.
You be drinking it? Yeah. So that's the first location. That's coming down on Monday, and then I'm going to be bringing it over to New Canaan to fall.
That's like
all there. Yeah. That's going to be at Great Falls Brewery. So that's in Canaan, Connecticut. And then I also, next Thursday, actually a week from now, at Theater Works in downtown Hartford.
That's one of my favorite spots.
Yeah, so I'm going to have 5 pieces in there, and all 5 pieces are framed. They're freshly framed. I literally picked them up from the framers, and I delivered them directly to the gallery.
And I hope you just wrote a number and just like, hey.
It sure did.
Yo.
Well, I definitely accounted for the frame.
What I'm going to say is this. Okay. Off question.
Sure.
When did you switch from, okay, this is what I love doing. This is like, a hobby. This is a healing, a healing thing with the art. So now it's like, okay, I could leave whatever job I'm not feeling. I could leave that job alone and just do this.
Okay, so 2020, that's the whole shutdown.
Yeah.
I actually was 7 months pregnant at the time of the shutdown. So my last two months, I was able to relax. It was nice.
Wow.
So then I decided that after excuse me, I have my son here in the studio with us, as you can hear the giggles. Baby, can you please sit? Please sit.
He's excited.
He's excited to be here.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, what was the question?
So, like, when you were able to turn this hobby as a healing, thing for you.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Something where, okay, whatever job you're not feeling, whatever job you felt like was holding you back, now I have something here so I could, transition to a different level when it comes down to making money.
So then I ended up not going back to my job and just decided to be a stay-at-home mom and be a mommy. And with that, gives me a lot of time to, well, not a lot of time. There's still a lot of time that mommies take, being a mom takes.
Being a mom is a full-time job, as you can see.
But what having my son did for me also gave me my creativity back. I feel like it allowed me to be a kid again because I was helping him learn all of those kitty things.
Oh my goodness.
So I was able to really tap into my imagination and able to express myself even deeper than I ever could before.
Yes.
So being having that transition was great. Having that time was great. I'm very fortunate to have that time. I did have to pick up a couple jobs, bartending over here, cheerleading coach over there. So definitely, and I'm also a paint instructor. So it's not being a full-time artist. It is a lot of side hustles, a lot of gigs, but truly, like, I feel like I'd rather hustle harder for myself for this than clock in. Nothing for anyone who's clocking in 9 to 5, but for me, I did that for so long that I was just, I'm ready to do this.
Something new, something fresh, because a lot of times, like, and shout out to everybody that you go to work, you show up to work, you do your thing, but, like, if you're ever at a point where you're just like, okay, I want to do something else, never shortchange yourself and always invest in yourself, because you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
Do it in a smart manner. Don't just be like, you know what, I'm leaving, and then you don't have a plan. But have a plan, and also even have a plan B.
Plan B, plan C, plan D. We out here with all the plans.
No, seriously.
And then also just surrendering, kind of like just allowing what's for you to come for you. I think with me being on this journey of my art has been, I've been officially full-time artist for 2 years now. And it all started with actually a podcast.
Full-time artist for 2 years.
Yes.
God is good.
God is great.
The universe, all of that, everything's good.
Yes. And everything's playing in my favor, and I'm going along, and I'm knocking on doors, I'm opening doors, I'm crawling through windows.
Is there room for the podcast? Shout out to that podcast.
So the podcast. So he asked me. He said, what would it take for you to go full time artist? Like, do you consider yourself, like, when are you gonna go full time artist?
Yeah.
And I was like, why not? That's literally what I said. It's like, why not? And after that podcast came out, and it was called the Uncharted Podcast. And after that podcast came out, I was like, you know what? Like, I already said it.
Yeah.
Why not? So here I am. On the radio.
Yo,
with you.
That's this is wild. Like, because usually, okay, when I go to work, I DJ, I do my thing, I socialize a little bit. But you said something about art at, like, when I'm cleaning up, and I'm like, you should come to my radio show.
See, and that's how things align.
Yeah.
Things just align just by being authentic and being yourself, and really believing in what your craft is at the moment. So that's where I'm at right now. So now I've got a couple places. I've also have a place in Wallingford that holds a couple of my stuff. People purchase things online. They commission me to do things. I've done a couple murals. I've done a mural at a bus stop in East Hartford at the corner of O'Connell, and that was through CT Rise Up Arts. And that was, that's pretty cool to see something in my neighborhood. That's like literally a quarter mile down the street from my house. And it's a mural I painted it dedicated to my brother and his family. So I painted him and his kids and his wife.
Nice,
so they get to see it all the time. And people send me pictures like, it's so cool to see this, in our neighborhood. It's so cool to see your art, like, just out here. And I'm like, it feels good. I go on my little walks to the dairy, and there it is.
Are you okay? Here's a bold question. Here's a very bold question.
Sure.
Are you ready to be a millionaire?
I was ready yesterday.
Yeah. And also, when you being, let's just say you're a millionaire right now.
Say I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire right now.
What is the first thing you're gonna do with just that blessing? Because I feel like you would save a community.
Oh wow, Yes. Yeah. So
not trying to put words in your mouth, but that's the energy I'm
like,
getting.
Here we go. Let's go for it. Yeah, definitely. I definitely would give my parents what they need to be set. Because they did so much for me and so much to be able to set me and my family up.
Yes.
Look out for those who looked out for me, of course. And yeah, definitely I'll invest in some type of, some type of organization, some type of outreach community, and do something to help.
Because that's one thing that's missing from right now, because pretty much, you know, I don't want to give too much of my age or whatever, but, you know, early 2000s was my, you know, my graduation high school class, whatever. And growing up, like in Northern Hartford, we at least had, you know, the Boys and Girls Club. We had the Urban League. We had different things. You know, of course, I played football. So there was different stuff. But with these kids now, they really don't have much, you know?
Yeah.
Besides, you know, apps on their phones, they don't got much.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, yo, having like an art space where kids could do art and also record some music. Well, actually, we do have like a lot of studios in New Britain and Hartford, but like to add an art studio where they could actually do painting and whatnot, that would be cool. That would be cool because, again, shout out to everybody that, you know, that has a studio in New Britain, Hartford, that's already, you know, on that you know, that musical tip, like, you know, music wise, that's already doing that. But for anybody that's like a pure artist when it comes down to like painting and just graffiti and all of that, that's a vision. That's something that just popped in my head.
Yeah. I think with art too, is that everyone sees art differently. It's very it's personal.
Yes.
Everyone has their own perspective on it.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own idea of what art should be or what art is. And that's the beauty of it in itself. Is that no one can put rules on you.
No.
And no one can make you unless you let them, no one can make you believe that your art isn't good. We need everyone's art. Everyone needs to be expressing because it's not healthy to just like keep bad things or negative things bottled in, or even happy things. Like you shouldn't keep, if you're happy, like you should be spreading that. I think that's something that you should be out there, you know, trying to promote. If you're struggling, people are struggling every day. Share your struggle. It'll help you through the struggle. And it allows people to just feel a little less intimidated by the perfections that they see on the internet. You know, like the social perfections or things like that. So I believe art is something that in all versions of art, dance, theater, music, you know, painting, drawing, digital. There's so many versions of it, so many worlds of it, that you can really allow yourself to dive in and then figure out, oh, you know what, I actually like to you know, play with clay, or I like to I don't know, do steel work, you know.
Steel work.
Yeah. Shout out to my friend Trey. He actually has, I believe his artwork is in CCSU's gallery right now.
Hold on, like
right now
in the student center, or where's this gallery at? Because
let me see.
Because I'm not gonna lie, CCSU done made a lot of money off our tuition, so there's a lot of new buildings I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to CCSU for allowing us to do this show.
Shout out to CCSU. So it looks like the Central Art Gallery is impermanent. Don't ask me to say words.
Let me see it.
So he's got some work up in there. I'm about to be up in there next, I feel. You know, I feel like that's
I feel like
vibe.
I've been to this room before. I've been to that room before.
Yeah, it's nice. It's awesome when galleries also just accept people who are not necessarily from that exact college. You know, just a lot. Let me tell you something. Madeline's in New Haven. When they first opened, they literally got their permits to like be clear to open and do all the, you know, all their restaurant stuff. And they're a collective. They celebrate artists. They bring in artists all the time. They were one of my first like I did one of their first art shows. It was a New Year's Eve art show. And I just did it just for ha-has. You know, and I was like, if I don't put myself out there, it's never gonna get out there. So I don't care if it's a hole in the wall over here, a hole in the wall over there. I'm gonna get myself out there because that's how you do it. You gotta do it with the bricks. You're not gonna build it.
You gotta the foundation. Yes.
Yeah. So you know, I was asked to be a part of Madeline's art extravaganza for their New Year's Eve show. It was their first one, And I did it, like I said, just for ha-has, and I put in 5 pieces, and then I ended up selling one. And 5 minutes after midnight, and it started my year off like, you're on the right track. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter, like, if you think that the place is not going to bring in the traffic, or if it, you never know who's going to walk in. Mm-hmm. You never know who's going to be listening, watching, around, in the mood. You never know. People buy art every day. And people, if you allow yourself to be seen and be vulnerable with it, then people will respond, and they will reciprocate with their wallet, or with their or with shouting you out, or reposting,
it's all energy. It's all energy.
It's alignment. It's alignment. And so I was lucky enough to befriend and make family down there with Madeline's crew. So shout out to Madeline's in New Haven. Yes. Madeline's Empanadilla. Let me tell you something. Their empanadas are amazing. So you got to go check them out.
I love food.
Yeah. Same. And I feel like there's just so many other places that have given me such a chance. Workspace in Manchester, I've had a couple of shows there.
Is that on North Main Street?
Yeah.
They used to be the old MCC gallery.
Yes.
But now
Now it's the arts. Now it's the Workspace. Yeah. So the gallery's at Workspace. Nice. So I've had a few pieces there, and then I've had I feel like I've been a little bit everywhere. I actually was in a window in Danbury last month.
I think I saw that on your IG. Yeah.
So I was doing that.
So in the span of 2 years, you did so much.
So much. I hosted my own gallery show at my studio.
Where's your studio located at?
My studio was located over on Capitol Ave in Hartford.
Okay, not too far from Park Towers, not too far from Parkville Market. Okay, gotcha.
Right. So I was there. And it's such a beautiful spot. Shout out to Rachel for letting me rent out her space for that. Nice. And I was able to really create and really dive into my own world and really discover exactly the type of artist I wanted to be for this moment in my movement. How I evolve from here, I'm curious. I'm very curious how I evolve from there.
I have a good idea that it's going to be a lot of blessings.
I hope.
Very fruitful, you're going to be able to travel wherever you want to travel.
Listen, well, the goal is to get this specific series down to Puerto Rico. That's my goal.
Yes.
My goal is to be able to, and I think that's the reason why a lot of the pieces have stayed together and they haven't. I haven't sold the pieces, as I wanted to, but because I think that they still need to tell their story, and I think that the story needs to stay together to be able to make it to a different location that is a strong connection to the story.
Any shout outs?
Who I gotta shout out everyone. Shout out to Gianni. Shout out to Gianni. Shout out to my family who supported me nonstop, who have probably looked at me and my delusions of where I wanted to go with this and have been like, all right, I guess. But, with excitement. Oh, thank you. Okay. With excitement, of course. This is not a conventional way of living. Being an artist is definitely a risk that you take, and it puts, when you have a child and when you have a family you have to take care of, it definitely puts some type of weight on you, but like I said, that's probably one of the biggest motivations that I have, is to make sure that because of all the support my family and friends have given me, I want to be able to make them proud and do something with it, and not just like let this opportunity fly by me on the wayside, so it's been fun. Shout out to you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you already know it's 107.7 WFCS New Bern Hartford.
Yes.
But when you said art at the spot, I was just like, okay, we gotta have you on the show. But I did not know it was gonna be this. It's
a whole other story. It's layers.
Yes.
It's layers. Yeah. There's a lot of layers to me. And I'm excited to show the world, and I'm excited to show Connecticut and be one of being an emerging artist out of Connecticut. And
you're gonna take over New England easy.
Listen,
Massachusetts, Vermont,
we want to do it.
Rhode Island, Maine. Just take over New England.
Sure.
Like
it's on the list. It's on the list, and I definitely I'm excited to be a part of a bunch of different programs and a bunch of different. Listen, I'm ready to collab. So if anyone's out there who wants to collab, or wants a commission, or just wants my piece of art, it's available. I'm available.
Website or just strictly social media?
So I don't have a listen. I last year I dedicated the year to being a full-time artist.
Yes.
This year I'm merging into from the full-time artist, because when you're an artist, you're in your feelings, right? You're painting from your feelings, or you're doing your stuff from your feelings, and you have to make a switch, because when it comes to business, you got to get your feelings out of it, you know. And it's a different mind switch, and I'm learning that switch, and I'm trying to work through it. So with that comes a lot of learning. So I'm learning a lot this year on the business side of it all. So I want to make sure that I'm going about things the proper way.
Yes.
But also, I'm not gonna take anything that doesn't align with what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
I'm gonna continue to push forward. I'm gonna continue to move forward with a positive attitude, positive mindset, and with wet my brush and keep going. That's my motto. Wet your brush, keep going. Get your stuff together, keep it going. Whether the color comes out not the color that you thought it was going to be, or whatever, you got to just keep it pushing, because it's not gonna end the world if if there's a mistake, or if there's a hiccup, or if there's a setback.
And sometimes with art, sometimes it doesn't need to be perfect for the message to be set and whatnot. So
there's perfection in the imperfection sometimes. The message is there, no matter what.
I have to visit one of these classes. I have to learn how to paint all over again.
So my paint instructing, yes, if you guys want a paint instructor, I do all types of paint parties. So I'll teach you how to paint anything.
Yo, we should do a cookout, paint party, karaoke outside. Too many ideas. Let me not say all this on the radio.
He said, we're going to have a tattoo artist there. We're going to have nail tech there. We're going to have karaoke.
Oh my
party.
God.
There's also going to be a balloon throwing contest.
We're gonna do everything.
Why not?
Everything.
For the benefit of XYZ.
The art.
For the benefit of the art.
For the culture.
For the culture. Yes. Absolutely. But yeah, a big, I would say, a big shout out to my muses. A big shout out to my family, like I said once again, and a big shout out to me. I definitely did a lot. There was some self-doubt. There was some what you call it? Imposter syndrome. There was a lot of that. I'm a human. I have feelings. I be feeling my feelings. But overall, in those adversities and in those doubts, I just kept going. And I said, you know what? Like, you're gonna do it. Just do it. Don't sit at it. Don't stare at it. Just do it.
Yes.
And that for me, allowing my confidence and allowing the things to kind of play out and align themselves, allow me to have more trust in that. So shout out to believing in yourself.
No, facts, because your presentation of your artwork on Instagram and just like the social media, I'm thinking like you've been in the game for a minute, but you're telling me all of this happened in 2 years? What the hell? I mean, excuse me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy to think that too, but it feels a lot longer than 2 years.
Because the process was longer than 2 years.
Yeah.
But the results and oh my goodness.
Yeah, here we are.
Your story.
Here we are in TheaterWorks. Here we are at brewing company after brewing company. Here we are after show after show.
Keep going where they're saying yes, keep going.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of places that, I'm pretty sure they said no or whatever. Keep going to where they say yes, and they just, this is my bag for my headphones.
Okay.
We're going to pretend this is a pocket.
Okay.
It's
in the bag.
Yes, just keep this open and just There's no limit.
There's
Just
no
keep it
limit.
up. Like,
You what's that Halloween Town, Grandma Addie's bag? There's like endless.
yeah.
That's what it is. Endless opportunities, endless direction. As long as I'm alive, I'm gonna try to make a way.
No facts.
And if I, I always tell myself, like, if I ever have to go back to like working the grind or doing a job for somebody else, I want to make sure that I at least take the time that I have now and make the absolute most of it, so I don't regret having to do that. But like I said, plan A, plan C, plan what is it? A, B, C, D, E.
All the plans.
All the plans.
All the plans.
Not all the plans in place. But I really truly hope that this path of artistry helps me go to a place where I can live a life that is true and authentic, and that tells a story and is purposeful, and that I can still dance on the weekends. I just want to go dancing.
Yes.
Someone take me dancing.
Yes. Facts.
Yeah. So it's
It's 11.
Can you send me?
Yeah. Before I get back to the music, what is, because a lot of times I just ask, all the quote unquote serious questions. But now, fun question.
Sure.
What is the best brunch spot in Connecticut?
Okay. So,
Okay, now that's a serious question.
Okay, so I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
So I love breakfast.
Okay.
I love breakfast. So, the best French toast I've ever had, it's from the Beam House in Glastonbury.
The who?
The Beam House in Glastonbury.
Hebron Avenue? Or the Bean House in
The
Glastonbury?
Beam House. Let me see if I can get the... Hold on. The Beam House, Glastonbury. It is on the New London Turnpike in Glastonbury.
Okay, so it's not it's right on the corner.
Yeah, it's around the corner.
Okay.
So, they only have brunch on Sundays.
Okay.
And I went and I had their French toast one time, and I dream about it. I dream about that French toast.
And they're only doing that on the weekends?
On Sunday. They only do it on Sunday. There's times I'm craving it on like a Saturday or Friday. I'm like, I'm gonna go out for brunch, get some.
So that means on a Saturday night gig, I can't get too lit because I need to be
At
up
brunch.
Yes.
For Beam House. You won't regret it either. You're like, hell yeah. It's an appetizer too, and it's so big that you can have it as a meal. And that you could like take it with you if you have leftovers. I've had to take some home. It's so big. Delicious. I highly recommend. But again, any brunch spot really. I like all types of breakfast as long as it's hot. Like I don't like cold breakfast.
It's not cold pizza.
Unless it's cereal. I like cereal. What's your favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
We're best friends now. I get a box, you get a box. I am not sharing my box.
And you know what's crazy? I haven't eaten cereal in a long time.
No?
But every time I go to the grocery store, I'm like, damn, I want to pick it up.
I know, but they're like $100 now a box.
Yo, your arm and your leg for cereal.
Yo, it's crazy. So, no, but it is delicious. Yeah. But I like, that's probably my pick for brunch. What's your pick? Do you have any recommendations?
Blue Plates and West Hartford's Bishop's Corner, and then downtown Hartford's Place to Be.
You know, I've been to the Place to Be on Franklin?
Yes. Yeah.
Franklin or Weathersfield?
One of those.
One of them.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gina. I actually went to high school with her.
Stop playing.
Yeah, so shout out to Gina. And good for her.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been to the downtown one or the West Hartford one yet, but
you know what's crazy? The West Hartford one, like,
This one.
it's Blueback Square, so there's a lot of traffic, a lot of tightness with Blueback Square. My favorite ones, downtown Hartford and also downtown Springfield. Inside the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Big things. Big things. So Gina, if you're listening to this, if you need any art, you know who I am.
Yeah.
You know how I operate. I'm good people.
For real.
If anybody needs any art, just let me know.
Yeah.
I got it.
We're gonna definitely do a part 2 during the summer.
Okay,
This is cool.
Yeah,
This is cool.
I'm down for a part 2.
And you're cool with part 2?
Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. He'll probably be at a beach or something instead.
He just looked at me like, what are you talking about, man?
Put it together. It's a ball. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm down for part 2. Thank you again for inviting me. 107 FM, The Edge.
Yes.
Very excited to be on the radio.
Yeah.
I was on podcasts. I was on a couple podcasts.
And also, you're going to be on YouTube, too.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Shout out YouTube.
I gotta edit this.
You gotta edit this because you see my son walking around and me making the shush noise to my son the entire interview. I'm over here trying to be professional. Listen.
This is how you know life is real.
Life is real. I'm a real person.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a real person. I got, my babysitters. Shout out to my babysitter who's out in Puerto Rico. So here we go. We got Gianni with us. But you know what? Gianni's an artist as well. He helped me paint my mural in the studio.
Yes.
So he's well deserved to be here. He's just,
let's clap it up for him.
He's turning 4 in May, so he's he's acting his age. I can't be mad at him. But yeah, this is the life. This is the life of being a mom, full-time artist. This is how you do it.
In a sense, he was a part of this journey.
He is a part of the journey, 100%. 100%.
Because I felt, you said from the shutdown.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because in 2016, 2017, I was, going through it, once I was able to have some good downtime and was able to paint, it really took off from there for me. So, very grateful for it all. My life has been a surprise after surprise after surprise.
I don't think this will go because that's broken.
Okay, well then we'll leave it right here. Sounds good.
When is your birthday?
In May.
May what?
May 3rd.
May 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's a long time.
You were born 2 days before one of my favorite holidays.
I was happy to be able to celebrate.
It's my birthday today.
It's not your birthday today.
Oh, it will be.
So Gianni's fun thing about Gianni, he's got main character energy just like me. So which is why we're struggling for the spotlight right now in front of the cameras, in front of the mic.
And good hair. Amazing hair.
Yeah, he's got good. Everyone mistakes him for a girl everywhere we go, but I kind of expect that. But the hair holds magic. So
No, for real. It's the power.
It's the power is in the hair.
It's like Samson in his hair.
Right.
Strength.
Absolutely.
The creative strength.
The creative strength. My Tarzan.
Yeah. Again, open door policy. We're gonna do a part 2 soon.
Sure. I'd love to be part of that and see where things have gone since here.
Yeah.
It's a nice little like a landmark, I guess you could say for me.
Yeah.
So.
Stick around for a little bit because I think we only got 11 more minutes left.
Okay.
I'm gonna play this new Nick Rose track in a little bit. But
Okay.
when I say a little bit, probably in 90 seconds.
Okay.
So you already know 107.7 WFCS Newburgh and Hartford. Andrea Sanchez.
Yes, Andrea Sanchez. You can find me on Instagram at KissTheHeavens_art.
Yes.